It's Monday night, 7 o'clock, and time for the world-famous Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton, and Rick Fletcher's with me. And remember, Knightline Live is brought to you by Astral Industries in Lynn. You're looking for a job or maybe some part-time job to supplement some income? Go see our friends up at Lynn at Astral Industries. Rick, busy week for us.
Did you say world famous? Is
World
that what
famous.
you said? Okay.
Yeah, we're on the World Wide Web.
We are on the World Wide Web, so no matter where you are, you can get us, I guess. I'm not sure about some of those countries out there, but at least if you're in the United States of America and North America, you can probably get us.
Yep.
So, Jerry, welcome. Look outside. It's raining. We haven't had rain in weeks.
And it's a nice soaking rain.
Just what we need, right?
Oh, gosh, my grass is so brown. A squirrel was hiding in it, and I couldn't even see it.
Well, at the football game on Friday night, I went out on the field, and I went across to talk to the opposing coaches just for a little chit-chat. And I warned them not to fall on the grass because their knees would be skunned, and that's going to do it. That'll be with you. So
gosh.
Tough going, but hey, we welcome the rain, I guess, especially if you're a farmer.
Yep.
What's on tap tonight? Well, we got Brian Richmond is going to be here.
Oh, always a interesting interview when we start talking archery.
Yeah, archery coach. In about a month or so, they'll get going with their program, and that lasts right until next June, I believe.
Yep.
Now, if you know Brian, and I'm not saying I know him real well, but he's a pastor, okay?
Yep.
And he runs that program with a pastor's heart, okay? But I'm going to say this right now. Those guys run a great program. It's nice and tight, and it's just a thing of beauty. We're going to talk to Brian tonight. We were talking a little bit off air in the green room, in between our snacks that you provided for us.
Oh, yes, we had all kinds of snacks here. I think I got some Skittles and some water.
So we're going to have a good chance. It's a great program. I just get excited talking about it because a lot of kids get involved. So we'll talk about that. Do you know how, if you're a Bengals fan, which, there are some Bengals fans, they always talk about Steelers week, right? When they play the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Well, this week, if you're a Northeastern Knight fan, this is Centerville week.
It is Centerville week.
And so this week, the Knights are going to play volleyball at Centerville on Thursday night, and the Centerville football game on a big Tri-Eastern Conference matchup on Friday night.
Yep.
We'll break it all down during that segment in those two sports because we always break them down. So we'll look forward to that. Hey, we got to talk about Levi Coffin Days.
We got to talk Levi Coffin Days because we would like to thank all the people who came by and got their 50-50 tickets, and Rick is recovering from all the autographs he signed for those 2 days. We had a great time up there. Met the Nunez family from Winchester, from actually Saratoga. They stopped in. We chatted for, that's what I really like. You meet people, you chat to people, and, they say how much they like, watching the ball games and stuff like that. So that was good. But however, there are two Packer fans out there. I just want to bring this up. I told them if you buy a raffle ticket, the Packers would win. And they said they were playing the Browns.
Oh, no problem.
Said there's no need to buy a ticket. Well, we saw the score 13-10 Browns, I think it was. So there you go. That loss is on you.
On a last second field goal too. So how much more painful can it get?
Well, probably more painful when they watch this tonight and go, oh.
But so thanks for everybody who stopped by the booth. This is something we've been doing. This is, I think it's our third or fourth year. And it's been very successful for us. Probably do it again next year, I'm assuming, as long as they have us back. And we want to thank the Lions Club.
Well, Rick, we're free.
Yeah, we do it for nothing, but we do have a fundraiser there, and it's fruitful. But, we want to thank the Lions Club. We got to eat some free food.
Yep.
Great food. So
I will say the chicken was
outstanding.
and the pork chops were great.
Outstanding. You would say the ribeyes were good too, but you never got a chance.
I never got a chance. I sat on the table, walked in our Belgian Malinois. I came back, and she had eaten both of them and went like this. Turned her head. I was like, well, that's funny.
The dogs were well fed. Well fed.
She was happy.
All right. Well, we got to do our NFL football segment.
NFL.
We got some good news and bad news. I got to say this. I'm not a Colts fan. But I got to say, how about those Colts,
Well,
Mike?
we got to have that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Little Indiana Jones is what they're calling the quarterback now.
Well, it's 3-0. They got him off the scrap heap from somewhere else, and all of a sudden he's leading this team. And I like a story like that where someone comes in. Someone's throwing him away. He's coming in, leading them to victories, and to me, Jerry, it's great coaching.
Absolutely,
great coaching, using his talents, and that's all this guy needed. It looks like now we're young in the season.
Yep.
A lot of football to go, but if you're a Colts fan, you got to be encouraged. About this year. Got a very winnable division there. So they're going to be in it to the end. Bengals got well, they didn't do so well.
You stub your toe, that's what happens.
Yeah. So the Bengals, they lost their quarterback, and they felt that they got beat big by, I think it was the Vikings. But anyways, so hopefully they'll bounce back. We'll see. How about the Bears? We got some Bears fans out there.
I know we do.
The Bears, Jerry.
Yeah.
They beat the Cowboys. Didn't just beat them, they thrashed them. That was a thorough thrashing right there.
Oh, yes, it was.
By the Bears. So.
And Rick, what about those Patriots?
They lost. Well, here's I'm watching the game. I was watching it and then I finished watching it at home, okay? And I got to tell you, Jerry, it's like if I'm the one to yell at the TV, I know that's dumb because nothing's going to happen, but, 5 turnovers, 2 in the end zone. Come on. You got to hang on to the football, right?
Yep.
Tell me you got to hang on to the football. In the NFL, that's, primo right there. So.
Well, one other thing, we got to put a big shout out to those Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh my goodness! You see that thrashing they gave to Illinois, and Illinois came in ranked number 9.
Yeah, I see.
And so somebody had a good feeling about them. It wasn't close. That score indicated how that game went.
Absolutely. It was IU from the kickoff.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yep.
Some point. I don't think the national pundits believe it, right?
No.
They don't give them much credit.
Well, IU's ranked 11th. Just came out.
Well, they should be.
Yeah.
But there's always a but. There's always a but.
That.
But Ohio State, but Penn State, but you got to go to Oregon, but.
Yeah.
Hey, they'll have their chances. But the turnaround over the last couple of years for the Hoosiers. I'm a fan now.
Yes.
Right? I have no allegiances to IU or anything like that, but you got to be impressed by that turnaround on that IU football program.
Absolutely.
And hopefully they keep it going. I did hear somewhere, we're in this NIL, name, image, and likeness, where they pay the players now, and I heard from somewhere, I don't know if the rumor's true or if it's true information, but the quarterback is getting paid $3 million. Nice little sum. And hopefully that will lead him to... You're in the wrong business, Jerry.
I should have accepted it instead of turning it down, but well. Hindsight's 50-50, 20-20.
But good start for IU. They're in their Big Ten schedule now, so they're going to have some contests ahead of them.
Well, we had some golf the other day. Girls sectional got rolling.
Yeah.
And we had, the Knights finished 4th.
Yeah.
Only 2 strokes behind the whole team going to the regional.
Yeah, I mean, that was close.
But the Knights do get 2 regional golfers to advance. And those were Ava Bales and Julia Beatty.
Yeah, we had them on earlier because
Yeah.
they're seniors, okay?
Yeah.
So we were able to talk to them earlier in the year. So congratulations to Ava. Congratulations to Julia. They move on to the regional. And boy, I tell you, close, though, for the whole team. And
Yes.
not that far away.
Yes.
And, you know, they had some hopes. As when we talked to the ladies earlier in the year, they had some hopes that they would move on as a team to the regional. But, you know, great accomplishment for Ava and Julia.
Absolutely.
So congratulations, girls. And the funny thing about the sectional for golf, Jerry, that they do this on a school day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a Friday.
Yep.
And they get out there, and it was on a school day. So, hey, if you want to get out of school, go play golf.
Play golf. Cross country, real quick. I do know that the girls cross country team over at Carmel, and a new school record was set.
Yeah, and I have
by one of the Nagels.
Yeah, let me. Okay, I have to read this.
Okay.
All right, this is from Tyler Hostetler. All right, Hayden Nagel placed 20th in the elite race at Carmel. Okay,
That's good.
Now, when you're at Carmel, you're in the big leagues.
You're in the big time.
Okay, that's big time right there. And she set a new school record. Now, she's only a freshman.
Correct.
All right, so big things coming down the road. 1901.25. So congratulations to her. The girls. In the invitational, apparently, and someone's going to have to explain this to me. There's an elite and an invitational. I don't know what that means, all right?
Well, you have to finish high in the invitational to run in the elite.
Okay, so that explains this, okay? Yeah. Because they, as a team, were in the invitation were led by Aubrey Nagel. They got to be twins, right?
Yep.
Well, we'll have to get them on camera here.
We
at
will
some
need
point.
to get them on.
Was in 13th place. The girls' team placed 4th, which means the team will be in the elite race next year. So it's like kind of like Premier Soccer League. Is that what they do? You're in the big leagues and then the lower league. I don't know how that is. But congratulations to the ladies. We've heard a lot about the girls cross country this year because of the numbers, number one.
Absolutely.
And so it's great. And the boys all raced in the Invitational. Dash Thacker he finished first. So congratulations.
That's a running name right there, Dash Thacker. Yeah, I like that.
It's Saturday. They'll be at Centerville, the cross country team. So Centerville week, right? So
Centerville week.
That's where they're headed, Jerry. So hey, congratulations to Hayden on a new record. She's only a freshman. You got to think it's going to get better.
It should.
It should.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
All right.
Well, let's go. We're going to go grab some commercials here, pay some bills, and we'll get archery coach Brian Richmond settled in here. And you're watching Knightline Live. At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
When the professional's vehicle gets sick, they go to All Around Auto Repair and Sales, located in Fountain City. Their SAE certified technicians work on foreign, domestic, and those fun diesels. Work van not feeling good? Or maybe the family car? And don't forget about the weekend warrior. Go to All Around Auto, 408 US 27 Fountain City. It's good medicine for your car.
Looking for some good local barbecue? Well, look no further because Ann and the Pigs has arrived. We got tips, ribs, chicken, and our fan favorite, pulled pork sundae. You hungry yet? Well, check out our website at annandthepigs.com to find out where our truck is located next. And if you miss our truck, don't worry, you can cater with us year-round by using our website as well. Ann and the Pigs, bringing tasty where it's needed.
Do you have a big event coming up soon? Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries. And with us now, Rick, we've got him settled in, calmed down. We've been coaching him for hours, is archery coach Brian Richmond. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I like your studio. I keep waiting for Shaq and Barkley to show up.
Well,
it's like you get the big time, so they'll be in here next.
You've got Jerry and I. Who needs Shaq?
Correct.
Number one, those guys wouldn't fit in the room. Okay?
How much bigger can it get, right?
Thanks for having me.
Brian, how you doing?
Doing well.
All right, so
Doing well.
we got another archery season coming up soon.
We do.
Why don't we start there? Let's get
Okay.
the particular, get the formalities out of the
Okay.
way. Find out, let everybody know what
Yeah,
we need
we start, so we'll have a parent meeting October 29th,
to. Okay.
7 o'clock in the cafeteria. And usually, if it's going to be like the last several years, it's standing room only. And there's a lot of people that'll be there, parents, students. So if you want the A to Z of what the archery program is going to be like, we'll have that meeting. And then we start practices on November the 3rd.
Okay.
That particular practice will only be for new shooters because we have to train them in a lot of different whistle commands. And it's easier to do with 15 to 20 than it is 70. So that practice, and we'll have all that information in October. And then our season starts. So we'll start practices twice a week. We're hosting the TEC County Tournament this year. And so it's we got some pretty cool things happening. So cost is $50 a kid.
Okay.
That takes you through all the season. If we qualify for state and the national tournament, which we have in the past, few years, it'll be an extra $35 a kid. So it's a pretty reasonable amount for what they're able to do. And so we are a club, so we don't get any funding from the district. So yeah, it's we're getting ready to kick it off. I've had a good break. I mean, the season goes usually from end of October all the way through at least middle of May. Sometimes June if we go to the Worlds, which is in 2 years. That's the goal. To go to Myrtle Beach or Daytona Beach again.
Yeah, you guys did that a couple of years ago, and that was a tremendous trip. I mean, for the kids who go, it's got to be.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
All right, so you've been doing this a long time.
10th year.
10th year.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the progression. I mean, right now you've got you'll have 60 to 70 kids. That's a lot. That's between middle school and high school.
Correct. The last 3 or 4 years we've had in that 65 to 72 range.
Yeah.
When I first started, we had instead of it being in an auxiliary gym, there we can put up 18 targets, so we can shoot 36, at a time.
Right.
When I started, we were up in the upper level of the side of the main gym with 4 targets.
Not a lot of room.
With 50 shooters.
Oh, wow.
And so that was really difficult. Those were those years where it was just really hard. And then what happened was we had a superintendent and some admins that said, "Hey, we need to move you to the auxiliary gym."
Thank you.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, "Oh, yeah, thank you." And so we've been over there ever since. That's where our nets are. That's where our equipment is. So it's works out really well. I will say this, and I'm not trying to make points here, but the admins that I've worked with, whether they're principals, Mr. Markward, Mr. Smith, Ryan, Benny AD, all the past superintendents have been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do this without admin support.
Yeah.
And so they've been, they're just great to work with. And I wouldn't want Ryan's job. You couldn't pay me enough to do his job.
He's got
being an AD.
difficult
It's
job.
just so much going on through that office, and he was gracious enough for us to sit down 4 or 5 weeks ago and just go through the season and get some things on the calendar.
Right. Because you got to get gym time, which is precious in the winter time.
Yeah, gym time is huge, and we practice 7 to 9, and we have middle school that shoots from 7 to 8.
Yeah.
And then high school from 8 to 9, and that's worked out really well for us. And so we start on time, end on time, and it's worked well for us.
I'd like to get, if you don't mind, and this is a little bit surprise here, but I'd like to get a little more personal with you and ask you,
Okay.
number one, and I made a comment. You approached this with a pastor's heart, and I really mean that.
Yeah.
And talk about that.
Well, we were talking earlier, and I see coaching as being a mentor. Coaching is mentoring students. I have a very unique opportunity to speak into the lives of students. I had great coaches. I had phenomenal. Matter of fact, my high school basketball coach is in the Hall of Fame in West Virginia.
Oh wow!
His name's David Barksdale. You can look it up. I'm not lying. And he was a coach that really helped develop me, not only as a basketball player but as a man. Okay, and I had a number of those. So looking back, I've seen the impact that they made for me, and we have a unique opportunity to speak into the lives of students. Archery is a tool.
Right.
Okay, it's fun. We have a blast. We're successful. We do well. We have a lot of kids. But we want to create a culture where they come into a practice or come into a meet. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. We're gonna work with you, and we're gonna teach you how to shoot. I can teach you how to shoot a bow. I've got students right now that they couldn't hit the target, and they're in the top 10 when they shoot. And so we can do that. But it's when you see a student come in that doesn't have a place, if you play football, basketball, or run track, or sing, you have to have a specific skill set.
Right.
And if you don't have that, then you're not going to play at this level in high school in on a sport or something. And I get that. I understand that. We have a program where you don't have to be athletic. And so we can teach you how to shoot, and it gives a number of students the opportunity to be on a team, to be able to compete, to be able to be successful. And when you see that student shoot their first 50, and you see the smile on their face, it makes all the behind the scenes stuff worth it.
And I want everybody to know what a 50
50
is.
is a perfect score at 5 arrows.
Yeah, 5 arrows in the
the
bullseye.
Yeah.
Consecutive arrows,
Correct.
right? So that's
Yeah.
what a 50 is.
Yeah.
That's a little inside baseball.
Yeah,
So
it's when they leave a program, we've had several. We had 11 seniors last year that went and left, that stayed with us pretty much all the way through 8th grade to 12th grade. And when they leave, I want them to look back and say, the archery program was fun, it was good, but it impacted me. Because what happens is a lot of times the fundamentals of teaching archery parallels with life. And so I'm one that's going to take those. And one of the favorite things my students like is story time with Brian. And what we'll do is we'll talk about a certain fundamental of shooting, and then I'll just sort of go that with, we'll sit there and talk about that for a second, and then we'll go shoot. You have those teachable moments, and so I'm a big fan of that. So we run a pretty tight ship. I have extreme discipline when we shoot. We have a weapon in the school. We run a tight ship. It's all done with whistle commands, and I don't put up with nonsense. You can't horseplay when you're around a bunch of bows and arrows.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
reiterate that. I've been to
Yeah.
a couple of your events
Right.
and your practices where things can
Right.
get chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I'll tell you, these guys run a tight ship, but it's not tense. Okay?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
we're not-
tight, but not
yeah.
tense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's we have a really good time, but they have to stay within the parameters that we set.
Yeah, and it looks like the kids do, and they understand that, and
Right.
and it's not an issue. It's not a problem.
And all the commands that we have go from school to school to school to tournament to tournament to tournament. So they're all the same. Like what we have at practice, or we have at our home meets, they'll have at the state tournament,
Yeah.
and they'll have it at the national tournament. The national tournament, they have 460 targets in the convention center in Louisville.
Wow.
460 targets set up with 2 archers. So that's what 920 shooters at the same time. It's all done with one whistle command.
Oh my goodness.
And so you have this
That's a
huge
lot of
convention hall. Yeah, it's
lot
pretty
of
cool.
arrows flying.
Everything's quiet until that whistle is blown to shoot, and it's just like, it's really cool. So, for our kids to be able to compete and be successful and to go into a national, level, we've been able to do that here in recent years. The first years were a little, you learn and you build a team. It takes
Yeah.
time, and you gotta keep working at it, and it's done. We've done pretty well.
Yeah, you guys are on a run.
Yeah, we are.
You guys are on a run.
And it's getting harder.
Yeah.
It's getting harder because the National Archery in Schools program is booming. Not only in the state of Indiana, but across the nation. So it's getting harder and harder to get to state, harder and harder to get to the national tournament.
And that NASP,
Yeah.
which you just referred
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
that is a national organization.
National Archery in Schools program, yes.
Okay.
It's run by our state DNR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in sports, should be about growth of character, man or woman, that growth.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
what it should be about.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people get wins, and it's wins at all costs. When it shouldn't be wins at all costs, it should be growth. And most of those wins at all costs come from those sitting at home going, hey, you need to do better, you got to do this, you got to do that. Tone it down. Let the kids be kids and let them play.
Right. And we have, the parents are awesome.
Yeah.
We don't have any issues with that. They let us coach. If a kid gets out of line during the practice and the parent's sitting over there, I deal with it. I mean, I'm not mean about it.
Yeah.
But it's my practice.
Yeah.
And so we once they learn the parameters, they sort of get used to everything, and it just happens, and they don't even think about it. And so we've had some really good seasons.
Well, you get pretty good crowds at your meets, also.
Yeah, we do.
A
We
lot
do.
of a big size of friends and family.
Yeah, and that's where our revenue comes from.
Yeah.
To keep the program going is the entry fees and at the door or something like that.
Yeah, you also raise money, right?
We do,
All right,
we
time
do.
to beg, Brian. It's okay we
No.
beg for money all the time. so.
What's happened in recent years with the public. They've seen Knightline. They've seen our articles in the Western Wayne News.
Yeah.
And they want to support the program. If they want to do that, they can cut a check to the school, and archery in the memo. But when you have that many students, and we have, it's hard to go unnoticed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so people like that, like they do any other sport. But since we're a club, we don't have any revenue except for maybe the entry fees or the registration fees or somebody that'll, I had a friend a couple years ago. We needed new bows, and he said, I like what you're doing. He said, how much are they? And I said, it's $150. And he goes, how many you want? 24. He said, I'll be at your house in 10 minutes. Wrote me a check.
Oh, wow.
So it's
You
those
have
kind
good friends.
Well, I use my relational leverage up to the max, I think. But no, it's money well spent because it's a program that includes so many kids that might not be involved in anything else,
Right.
and they find a place to land,
Yeah.
and that is what I love about it is it gives a student an opportunity to come in be a part of a team, learn to compete, get better, have discipline, see the fruits of that discipline and getting better, and then they get to go to the state tournament at the fairgrounds, or they get to go to, to the convention center in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
And so, and then every 3 years we go to the World Championship. That was in the Daytona Beach a couple years ago.
Not a bad kit.
Which was
No.
extremely expensive.
I bet it was.
Stressful.
The other thing about it is, you doing that, you get to meet people from Hawaii, Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you go to the world, it might be from England or wherever.
Yeah, there's
and you meet people, which is a lifelong thing.
Right.
Now, my next question is, we always ask this. So, do you plan on doing archery in college? Is that does that happen?
You can.
Okay.
But with the NAS program, it's basically high school and down. There are some collegiate teams that's starting their own NAS collegiate programs. Mm-hmm. But if you really want to get into the big time of the Olympics or competition archery, the bows that we have and how things are set up will whet your appetite, but you're not going to go shoot against somebody with the equipment we have.
They used
You're going to have better equipment.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you can
it's,
spend a lot of money on this.
Yeah,
stuff.
and what's happened with this is it doesn't matter where we go, doesn't matter where we shoot, everybody shoots the same equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody has a $10,000 bow and somebody's using a pawn shop bow. Everything's the same, arrows are the same, target's the same, bow's the same, and it makes it a level playing field. But if you want to get into the big major competitions, you have to. That's a whole different conversation.
Right.
But a lot of what we teach will push into that. Yeah.
Miami of Ohio always used to host some Olympic.
Yeah, that's an outdoor.
thing.
That was an outdoor.
And,
yeah.
and Rick, they're not shooting 15 meter.
It's around 60 or 80 meters.
Yeah, I mean it's a
ish,
pretty good shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean it's not arrows going like this. It's a little bit of an arch to it.
Oh yeah.
Which adds a whole nother difficulty to it. I'd have to say.
Yeah, it was like with basketball. If you're really good and you can get scholarships to go play at different places.
Right.
NAS, they do have some NAS programs in some colleges. I think Bailey at Grace was thinking about shooting up there with them.
Okay.
Because I think they have some kind of a team.
That's cool.
But archery is something you can do your whole life.
Yeah.
And so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's just fun.
Yeah. All right. So, you put in a lot of time, a lot of work, but you're not by yourself. You have other coaches. Tell us who's on your coaching
I
staff.
have Doug Bolter. He's been with me for a number of years, probably at least 6 years maybe. He's our bow tech guy. He fixes things and makes sure they're in tune, and he can literally take a bow, shut his eyes, put a blindfold on him. He'll take it apart, put it back together.
Okay.
He's a wizard with that. Finding those things that help you get that extra 5 or 6 points just by how the bow's tuned makes a difference. Every point is important. We have Tom and Randy Robeson, the husband and wife duo. They are in their 4th season, I think, and they also do 4-H shooting sports. They're very passionate about teaching the kids shooting sports. And then we have Michael Schubert, which is coming on this year as new. He helped us, got certified last year, and his daughter Addie shoots, and has turned into an exceptional shooter. And so that's a family affair now. They shoot together, that kind of thing. And then we have that's the coaching staff. But one of the things that's been really cool here in recent years is the support from parents. We have a lot. Like if we have a home meet, I don't have to worry about anything. I have a parent just take care of all of it.
All right.
And I just come in and
it's helpful.
Oh yeah, you take all the details away, and I can just focus. And we have a lot of parents that donate their time and energy and their gifts, because I can't put an Excel sheet together.
I'm
you know,
with you on that one.
I know it's just I could learn it, but I don't feel like it. So it's like, but I have parents that can do that, and
Man after my own heart.
yeah. But you know what I mean? It's we find people with the giftedness we need and plug them in, and they make things the program even better.
Well, a couple years ago or a year ago, you were wanting to get an electronic score of some
Okay.
sort. Where has that been done? Or?
So we raised the money for
Okay.
that, and then we sent it back. And here's the reason why. It's very expensive. It was very, very expensive. So what NASP did was they created an online portal program with iPads. And so we use 4 or 5 of the school's iPads, download the app, and then I have 4 or 5 parents that will go through and enter scores.
Okay.
And it's free.
All right.
Well,
For
it's
free-
$1 a shooter.
It's still better than what the other costs were.
Yeah, and you had to buy a reader and you run the cards through. But they're getting to the point with the program overall is instead of having score sheets, they're going to have iPads and you're just doing your score there, and everything's live.
Yeah.
So we haven't got there yet, but yeah, we decided to go with the iPads, and Mitch Lawson is wonderful to make sure that everything's ready, and ready to go, and we knock it out. Yeah, it's a pretty well-oiled machine at this point.
In 30 seconds,
Okay.
you got a kid out there, 6th grade or whatever grade. Why do they want to be on the archery team?
We have a good time. If you want to come into, I think, a culture that's very accepting. Coaches love students. And if you come in with the mindset that let us work with you, let us, over a period of the season or two, you'll find yourself shooting pretty well. And it's a confidence builder for those that don't have that or would need that. And we have a pretty good culture where we try to, knock down some of the kidding and nonsense and stuff that happens. It's going to happen.
Yep.
Right.
But we try to create a culture that is a positive, and we work really hard at that. And you get a shoot, you get to travel. We have 2 teams, a green team and a gold team for middle school and high school both. Usually the green team is the one that goes to state and on. It's the only fair way we can do it. But everybody typically gets into that team at some point if they stay with us.
Okay.
And so, yeah, if you want to come out and have a good time, we'd be glad to have you.
I'll give you a great secret that was told to us the other day about how you get drafted onto a team. Tell them you got good snacks and chocolate milk.
There you go. Works for me. Thanks for having me on, guys. That was
Brian,
good.
we appreciate you coming.
Alrighty.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
And we might have you back again.
Hey,
or at least some of your shooters.
Let's
you'll talk
do
to
it.
them. Okay.
Let's do it.
Hey, we'll be take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little volleyball on Knightline Live.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Being aligned with the Better Homes and Gardens brand brings with it a unique approach to identifying, marketing, and servicing distinctive homes. We know that your experience while buying and selling your home is as important as the homes being bought and sold. That's why our affiliated agents are passionate about personalizing every part of your real estate experience to ensure that every moment is distinctive.
In this market, finding a home you love and actually closing the deal is a cause for celebration. And it all starts with a competitive edge from First Financial Bank. We'll get you pre-qualified fast so you can get your offer in first. We even offer programs with low down payment options and reduced closing costs. Plus, our friendly local team is always here to help. A bank that's ready to help you find a home and a reason to celebrate, however you choose to. That's First.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax. Welcome back to Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries and Lynn. And Rick, volleyball, to say that this was like an easy week.
It was not.
It was not, because when you're playing South Adams, you're talking height.
Yeah.
When you're talking Winchester, you're talking height.
Yeah.
And when you're talking Union County, you're talking kids that play hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go with the first couple games, Jerry. You know, they went up to South Adams. All right, the ladies, South Adams is a perennial power.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and they have been, you know, you know better than I, because you have some ties up there.
Yes, I do.
But, you know, they went up, and the ladies competed.
Yes, they did.
And you know, based on what I was seeing, you know, they're not that far off. Okay, they're not that far off. They got swept in 3, but you know they were competing in each of the sets. Unfortunately, they did come out with a loss. But I'm going to say, Jerry, if your focus is proper on any sports team, you can take things away from a loss.
Oh, absolutely.
You can learn things, and so that's what you hope they did at that point. And then next night, Tuesday. Now this is back to back. First, you got to go to South Adams,
which is in Bern, which is a good drive.
It's a long trip. You're home late.
Yep.
Okay. Then they have a conference match at Winchester. Winchester, we've seen them. They're a good team.
They're very good.
And at this point, for the conference and for the sectional, because they're in the same sectional, they are the team to beat at this point. You just have to give it up to them, because not that they're unbeatable or you can't beat them, but they are the team to beat. And the Knights' first set came out flat, and you know it's tough to recover. And they battled in the last 2 sets, and again they got swept.
Yep.
But I would say they're not that far off. Okay, I mean they're right there, and sometimes you just need a little nudge to get over to that next tier.
And I've said they're one rotation away from being really good.
Yes. And,
you know.
But, you know, 2 solid. There's no shame in losing to Winchester.
Nope.
No shame in losing to South Adams. But you want to compete. And this year, if you want to win that sectional, you're going to have to beat Winchester at some point in time, because they are a solid volleyball team, and they're going to be, you know, geared up.
And I'm not sure in that sectional that there's another team that I would sit back and go, you know, if that draw comes out, that they might be able to knock Winchester off.
Right.
I just don't think, because of the height and the length of the players, that there's another team that's going to match up as well as what we match up to them.
You know, I don't think so either. Now, you got Hagerstown. They're always going to be competitive. Union County, we'll talk about in a second. They're going to, compete. All right, these teams will compete. We're going to compete too.
Yep.
And but honestly, at this point in the season, of all the teams that I've seen, you got to give Winchester the nod. But again, I would say for our girls and our team, they are very close. Just maybe it takes an extra punch or an extra whatever it might be.
And sometimes it comes down to one play.
Yeah.
Can change that momentum, and that's all you need for that little 4 or 5 point run, and it's over.
It's a game of runs and momentum, isn't it,
I'll
Jerry?
tell you what, I watch college volleyball, and it is runs. That's what it's all about. So then Thursday we have on Union County, which is on the Knights Broadcasting Network, by the way. Union County comes to town. They've got a real good hitter. with the last name of Tinkle,
which is a
probably
royalty.
nobody recognizes that name around here. But
and this girl is good.
And she put on a show.
She's only a freshman.
Yeah, she did a good job.
She did good.
And again, defensively, Union County dig. What Union County does is dig, and just frustrates you. Is what they do.
Yeah, but the Knights came out on top. They won 3-1. Everybody got to play on the roster. So that's good because there was no JV contest.
Right, yeah, no JV.
So Coach Ann Whistle, she played. Everybody got a chance to get in. She used a lot of JV players in one of the sets, and they competed that set. And she left them in there. And I have to say I like that. You know, get out there.
Yep.
You're wearing a jersey. You're going to compete, and you do that, and that's how you get better. So I really appreciate that.
I think you did a video.
Yeah, we have. Our Subway players of the game were Aaliyah Diamond, who's new to the school. She's only a freshman, and Camden Sum were the Subway players of the game for the Union County contest.
Yep.
So, Aiden, let's go to that and see what these fine young ladies had to say. All right, Leah Diamond, the freshman, and Camden Sum. Ladies, good job. Leah, let's talk to you first. You're new, all right?
Yes.
You're new to here, new to the school, but you've settled in nicely. So give us an idea how that time of settling in has gone for you.
It's gone really great. The community's nice. Everyone's loving, and I just love being here and learning new stuff about the school.
All right, you got hops. You get up there, and boy,
you.
I tell you, I don't know how many kills, but I know it was double digits. So this was a big match right here, coming off a couple tough losses. So what does a match like this mean to our team?
It's like just really coming back off of the past 2 games we've lost and struggled, but we hung on with. But this is just a match that we can return and get back to what we're supposed to do.
All right, Camden, let's talk to you. A little bit of a different lineup tonight. So how was that adjustment? Did you guys know this was going to happen, or you showed up tonight and said this is what's going on?
We kind of showed up tonight.
Okay.
It was just like go with the flow type.
All right, so it seemed to work out. There was a little bit of an adjustment time, but you got a few swings in there, and I'll tell you what, you're a hitter. Okay, you're a hitter. So how did it feel that you had to go to a different position tonight than what you've been doing all year?
It felt good, like to get to swinging and playing back row again.
Yeah, you like to hit that ball, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You know, you get a lot of glory in hitting those kills. So.
Yeah.
All right, this has been freshman Aaliyah Diamond and Camden Sun sophomore. They are your Subway players of the game.
Great interview with the girls there. Very excited. So this week on Tuesday, Franklin County Wildcats come to town, and we'll have that match on the Knights Broadcasting Network. It will be on the air about 5:55, so look for that link on Facebook. And then Thursday, we go back to it's Centerville week.
It's Centerville week.
Volleyball travels to Centerville for a pivotal TC matchup.
Yeah, every match now they're getting important.
They get important.
Get important. So get out to the gym, go see the girls. They need your support.
All right, we're going to take a quick break again. When we come back, we're going to be going football for the rest of the evening. You're watching Knightline.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
So I recommend Dr. Johnson all the time over the years. Many people have come to Dr. Johnson for my recommendations. And if people live 50 miles away and they tell us they have this problem and they're going to have an operation, we say, no, go see our chiropractor, Dr. Johnson.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASC certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
L&S Lumber Hardware and Supplies in Greensfork. Walk into what a hardware store should be.
filled with Valspar paint, Red Ryder wagons, generators, old Milwaukee power tools, and DeWalt power tools. Animal feed, lawn and garden supplies. Make sure you ask about our pole barn packages, L&S lumber, hardware and supplies in Greens Fork.
We would love to invite you to Life Spring Students, our youth group at Life Spring Church that is just south of Northeastern on 27. We meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. You can grab some pizza or a snack from our cafe and then hang out with your friends until 7 p.m. At 7, our student band leads us in some worship through music, and we have a lesson from God's Word, the Bible. We then split into small groups based on grade and gender to apply what we have learned and pray with one another. Find out more at lifespring.tv/students.
Martin's Country Mart, US 27 Fountain City. Swing in and grab a coffee or a frazzle. Maybe a fountain drink at Martin's Country Mart. We also have all your favorite snacks, bottled drinks, and of course, sweet bakery items. Plenty of accessories for dinner. And don't forget the grill menu, covering lunch, dinner, and of course, the kids' favorite, pizza. Martin's Country Mart, Fountain City.
When it comes to your home, you don't just want the job done, you want it done right. At Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, we believe your space deserves craftsmanship you can trust at a price that makes sense.
From remodeling and restoration to custom trim work, interior painting, interior and exterior doors, or even that deck you've always wanted, every project is handled with care, attention to detail, and a personal touch. Call Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, where quality meets character.
Holistic financial services and professional advice to help you manage and preserve your assets. Welcome to Private Wealth Management at Old National. Here, we provide financial planning and investment strategies from Old National Wealth Advisors and premier banking services from Old National Private Banking to help you plan for and tackle your broader financial needs. It's time to explore Private Wealth Management at Old National. Learn more at oldnational.com/private.
Your school helps shape the person you become, opening your mind to new ideas and belonging to a community. Whether it's earning an advanced degree, joining the FFA, pushing your health and wellness, playing in the band, or playing on the field. It's a safe place where everyone knows your name, and a kid can be a kid. The halls of today filled with the leaders of tomorrow. Northeastern.
Welcome back to Knightline Live. And Rick, I've lost where I'm supposed to be.
Well, we're going to talk about football.
Oh, football. Yeah, there we go.
Little off-air humor was just getting a bit much here. Plus, long day at Levi Coffee.
Oh, my
long,
gosh.
not just day, couple days.
Yeah.
And it gets, when it's
Long
two old
day.
guys production,
Yeah.
Emphasize old. So
Yeah. So the Union City game started off, the Knights put 14 points on the board without an offensive play.
yeah, it's amazing how that works. And Caden Redder, all right, boy,
Yep.
what a player he's become. He's
Yep.
only a sophomore, so good job by him. 62-0. The score says it all. Everybody got to play, Jerry. There was no looking ahead to the Centerville
Nope.
game, so that's good for the Knights. They took care of the business at hand. So congratulations. The Knights are 5-0, undefeated in the conference, 5-0. And we'll talk about what's coming up, okay, in a minute here. But let's go. We have Subway Players of the Game, where Charlie Schaefer and Gavin Harrison, because basically good defense for both of these
Great
guys.
defense.
And we did have honorable mentions.
Yep.
A couple of guys I want to mention. What was Caden Redder?
Yep.
He's becoming an excellent player for the Knights, and he's only a sophomore. All he did, first time he touched the ball was the first play of the game, ran it back on the kickoff
Yep.
for a touchdown, and in the next series he intercepts and goes in for a touchdown.
Yep.
And that's how his day started. So that was a good night for him.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes in the game, you've got 12 points in your pocket.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
It
now,
is.
the next thing I equate to scoring 1,000 points in basketball.
I agree with you. So Marshall Phillips, the kicker, his accomplishment, career accomplishment, he has 100 kicks that are good for points, PATs.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Marshall. Job well done. We did have a chance to talk to Charlie and Gavin, and I want to run that right here. So, Aiden, let's go to see what Charlie and Gavin had to say.
I'm here with our Subway players of the game, Charlie Schaefer and Gavin Harrison. All right, Charlie, we got to talk about the touchdown, all right? I mean, it's a lineman's dream. I love it when the fat guys get touchdowns, all right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a fat guy, and I want to get touchdowns. Talk about that play. That was your monster formation, and you were in the backfield, so talk about that.
It was actually my touchdown from last year because I never got to do it because we always just made big plays, not a goal line. So that's my touchdown from last year. He actually won the lineman challenge this year, so be watching for a touchdown from him.
Okay, well, we're going to look for that. All right, Gavin, correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first year on varsity, is that correct? Or
A little bit of special teams last year.
Last year, okay. All right, so you come out here. You got a veteran over here in Schaefer. Does this guy help you out with line calls, with technique? Talk about that.
He helps me out a lot because this is my first year playing lineman and really my first year being on varsity, and he tells me when a guard's pulling, and he just points out when I need to do something wrong or right, and yeah, he just helps me with a lot of stuff. So.
All right, I got to tell you guys, this is our second week in a row a lineman has scored a touchdown. So we got a theme going there. Maybe next week we got to keep it going. All right, this game's over. You handled Union City like you wanted to. Talk about next week. You got Centerville. It's a rivalry game, Charlie. You've been through a few of those wars. What's happening this week to prepare for next week?
Basically just execution. When you roll in there, basically just roll in there. Make sure offense is good. Defense, shut out again, hopefully.
All right. And, Gavin, what are your thoughts? This will be your first time right in the mix of this thing. So what are your thoughts as we head into Centerville?
I think we just need to lock in and watch as much film as possible and study their plays and get ready for it. Stay healthy and recover and everything, yeah.
All right. That's been Charlie Schaefer, Gavin Harrison. They are your Subway players of the game.
Welcome back to Knightline, and a good interview right there. Young men have really...
Charlie Schaefer has become a real good leader for this team. You can see the maturity in this young man, and you know what? It's great to see. So,
absolutely. Now, you had a chance to talk to Wes after the game.
As we do every week, right? We weren't able to get him on last week, but we're going to do it right now, Jerry. So let's see what Wes had to say.
This is our First Financial Bank Coach's Comment. First Financial Bank brought to you by Beth Beatty. If you need a new mortgage, go down and see Beth in Richmond at First Financial Bank. And we're here with Coach Wes Oler. Wes, another dominating win. So talk about this game tonight.
Well, our defense and special teams got us rolling. I didn't call play until about 2/3 of the way through the first quarter. So, and they, we had some miscues a little bit. They were moving the ball a little bit. We had one pass they completed, but I thought for the most part we were really good in the box. Obviously Redder had the pick six early, and then a little disappointed in our running game, but Marshall was on, and we were able to kind of mix it up enough to put up enough scores there early in the first quarter and first half, and then I thought we played pretty well in the third quarter.
All right, so got some speed in those JVers there. Talk about those two. I think we talked about them last week.
Yeah.
16 Yancey, I believe his name
Olympus
is,
Yancey.
And 24 is Luke
Billings. Yeah.
Talk about those guys. I mean,
Well,
really,
yeah.
our running game was tough to get going. They came in like nothing. So
yeah,
talk about those.
Now
guys.
that Luke's a freshman, and the JV's 3-1 right now.
Yep.
And so they're playing well, but his vision's getting better and better, and he's kind of in the O line, the JV O line, mostly freshmen. And Garrett Paul anchors them there at center, but they were ready for the call. They were ready to come out, and they knew they were going to be running the ball, so they were ready. And then Olympus Yancey, who's new to us from Ohio, never played football before, and
he's got some speed.
He is figuring it out by the minute and getting better, and he's very coachable, and he does have some speed. So
Well, maybe we can get him and Trent Deloney out there next year at the same time. All right, we can talk about it now. You got a big rivalry game next week. What do you got to say about Centerville in that game next week?
It's been a dogfight the last several years. It's gone back and forth, and the last 3 years it's been the team with the older quarterback, the senior quarterback that's been victorious. Now I know it doesn't come down to just that, but I like where we're at. I think we're healthy, but there's obviously things we need to clean up, and I know Centerville's been in some dogfights here, the three, so they're battle tested and they're ready for us, and whether they win it try tonight or not, it doesn't matter. They're going to be ready for it. They're going to be ready for us, whether they've got a chance to stay in the mix or not. Very well coached team, a lot of talent. It sounds like they've maybe had a few injuries, and maybe that'll be an advantage for us. But our kids know that it's nothing but tough games up ahead, and we've got some more check marks to check off the rest of the way.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, this has been Wes Solar. This has been your First Financial Bank Coaches Comment Show, brought to you by Beth Beatty.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and another great interview with Wes.
Yeah, it is. He's always gracious, and he's full of information. That's what I like about Wes. Big week this week for the Knights on the road.
A huge football game on Friday at Centerville.
Yeah, and if you want a good seat, you're probably going to have to get there early, so I would get there. Good luck to the Knights. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it next week.
Yep, absolutely, and so let's grab this last set of commercials.
Let's do that. We'll
come back and wrap things up.
You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits. The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Proud sponsors of the Knights. Did someone say boom, baby? Call Scoretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scoretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scoretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby! Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home. Rick, thank goodness somebody called timeout because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app for curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and I see we've ran over just a couple minutes.
Just a minute. Big week ahead. This is Centerville week.
It's Centerville week. I think tennis plays Centerville this week. I think everybody plays Centerville this week,
All
except
right.
maybe cross country.
Well, no, they'll be at Centerville,
Oh, at
on,
Centerville on Saturday.
So that's almost a clean sweep there. So good luck to everybody, all your teams. Go out there and have some fun, compete. If you're a fan, get out and watch. Get to Centerville on Thursday night to watch volleyball and Friday night to watch football.
And again, we want to thank everybody for showing up at Levi Coffin Days. I'd like to thank the Lions Club for having us again this year, and hopefully again next year. And I think that's pretty much a wrap.
That's a wrap, Jerry.
All right. Well, you know what? It's been another good night.